This is for the simples.
Yeah. We sipping in conversation. We sipping in conversation. We sipping in conversation. Yeah. We sipping in conversation. We sipping in conversation.
What it is, or what it do. If your homegirl sipping, then bring her on through. What it is, or what it do. If your homegirl singing, then bring her on through, baby.
What it is, what it do. If your homeboy sipping, then gon' come through. What it is, what it do. If your homeboy sipping, come through.
What it is, or what it do. If your homegirl sipping, then bring her on through. What it is, or what it do. If your homegirl singing, then bring her on through, baby.
What it is, what it do. If your homeboy sipping, then gon' come through. What it is, what it do. If your homeboy sipping, come through.
We sipping in conversation. We sipping in conversation. Yeah. We sipping in conversation. We sipping in conversation.
Real talk, real life, real people.
Real talk, real life, real people.
Real people.
Real talk, real life, real people.
What's
real
good, sippers? This is your boy Buddha, and over there is the lovely,
Baby.
and we coming to you live with another rendition of What the People Say. Oh, okay.
Whoop, whoop.
Talk to me nice. So we got baby over there looking like scrumptious, and we
Real
got the
talk.
one, the only, John Lee. in
Bring
1983.
up.
What's good, everybody?
Everything good.
What's up, Buddha?
I've been all right, man. It's been a little while now. It's been a little while, so a lot has happened. A lot has
It's been a
happened
month
over
of
the last month.
Sundays.
You're right, in the month of Sundays. Talk to me nice.
Hey, what you sipping on?
Oh, you being funny?
What? I have a summer shandy with lemon juice, and my foam has evaporated because of the technical difficulties. But I'm sipping on it. It's nice and lovely while I'm enjoying this good weather in Arkansas.
Oh, boy.
Kansas. I got you.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm sipping on my go-to. I usually don't say the brand yet. So it's a coconut tequila with grapefruit fever tree. I will say that. But soon come, because I know y'all want me to be tasting y'all drinks and stuff, because y'all know I'm the number one sipper,
Number one
aka
sipper.
baby with an I, not a Y. Buddha is sipping on air. Because that's my man, and he gotta go to work. Okay, so do it for the people in the bike, baby. Get that L. Get your coins.
Why
So
do I
what y'all
feel
been
like I'm
going
in?
on? What I said, that was crazy. So what y'all been going on? That was what I said.
That's because you've
What
been
y'all
sipping
got
on what you've been
going
sipping
on?
on. Girl, nothing. Honestly, I'm over here looking. Tomorrow is the big day. It's Juneteenth. You know what I'm saying? A couple celebrations will be going on. I heard there's a big one in Atlanta at the High Museum tomorrow that's going to be taking off. They're going to be doing a lot of festivities. So shout out to those individuals who will be at the High Juneteenth event.
Okay. But before we get into Juneteenth, I want to give a proper shout out to all the fathers. I know it's after Father's Day, but for you all that's out there, happy Father's Day. It is a day that will not be forgotten, no matter what the month or whatever events that does take place during the month. Shout out to my baby, my man's Happy Father's Day. I love you, and we love you so much.
Oh, thank you for being so
Happy
kind,
Father Day,
man.
brother.
Happy
Happy
Father's Day to you
Father's
as
Day,
well.
John Lee from 1983.
My
Again, happy
Father's
Father's Day
Day,
to all the pappies out there.
my
Y'all know
Father's
y'all
Day
the
was
baby's
wonderful.
pappy.
Y'all
Okay,
know what I
That's
want
what's
okay.
up.
to. You know what I did for Father's Day?
What?
I celebrated Father's Day as a pending empty nester, and
Ooh.
it was just me and my wife. We went to a cave, and it had a jacuzzi to it. And let me tell you how these people eat. I don't know if you would call this the Midwest, but the way these people eat, they ain't worried about no sugar diabetes. Let me tell you guys what I had, okay, for dessert. I'm not even
Sugar
gonna go
diabetes.
deep. Girl, when I tell you sugar diabetes, it's gonna make you want to make your own. They had a chocolate cherry cake.
Mm.
Now, guess what this chocolate cherry cake consists of?
Go
Chocolate
for it.
cherry cake. First off, somebody got a recipe from a ninja, okay? Because it was a chocolate cake with the
Mm.
fudge top. And guess what
Mm.
they baked into this cake?
Chocolate
Cherries.
chips.
A cherry pie.
Say what?
And it was banging.
A
It was
cherry.
a cherry pie,
Okay.
chocolate cake, and it was amazing. I'm gonna send a picture down there eventually. But listen, we got a comment. Ballin' and Craig said, I don't be to be disrespectful, but I personally think Buddy in the middle needs to let that here go. It's too far. Oh, we out here roasting people. Oh, the comment sections are going, but it's
That's
all
cool.
good. Hey man, your hairline's better than my hairline, brother, and you still look
Mm.
nice. So we ain't
Hey,
worried about
man.
nobody balling
Well,
craze.
that's only he can only see the front part of it. No diggity, no doubt.
Man,
My
your hair
baby
is
got
I
a
got
nice.
head full of
I
hair.
got a head full of hair, sir. So yeah,
Exactly, a
it's the
head full
only
of hair.
problem. But
We
what I
ain't
will
worried
say,
about that.
so what I will say to you, whoever that buddy is, let's see yours.
Exactly. Let's see that hairline. It's
Oh man.
balling craze.
But you know
Hey,
what?
listen.
It's all good. I'm gonna tell y'all what my grandma say for the people that's out there in this audience. Keep on living.
You see it though.
Okay? Keep
Yeah.
on living. And you know, as you become a mature adult, you will understand what happens with not just your hair, but all the parts of your body. So keep it up.
Exactly.
Hold on to it while you can, baby. Hey,
Yeah.
that's it's all good. Hey, I
I
got some things falling and receding myself.
It's all
I only
good,
had
man.
mine for like 17 years, so trust me. I wish I could have what you have right now. You know what I'm saying? Even though I
Hey
That
got
man.
part.
ball looking sexy now,
To
right now.
Well,
each his own, man.
let's
I ain't
jump in.
mad.
Let's jump into a little something. Forget all that. What we here for? What do people say? So
Uh,
I just so happened stumbled up on the tickety talk and
oh, ticket talk.
tickety
Tickety
talk.
talk.
It's
Mhm.
like two things they got going on. Something called the T app. Apparently they got Baton Rouge, New Orleans, or they is going crazy about the tea of all the men. And oh boy, it's messy. Okay,
The
uh,
T.
well, it's an app, but to get in it, one, you got to be invited apparently, and two, it's only for you got to be a woman. So they dropping jewels and nuggets and receipts and putting a picture out. It's kind of like that group that's on the book. Do you know this man or something like that?
Oh
Do
yeah.
you know this man?
Are we dating
Since
the
you,
same guy?
yeah, that part. You know, I don't know it. I peek in and kiki, and then I get out of it because I don't. You know, I don't know none of them, and you know it's what it is. And
Oh,
really,
it's
some
like
of them they ain't even, they really ain't worth. Here's what I got to say. I know. 99% of the time, the man ain't even worth the answer. Okay. And as a woman, I probably already know he's a whore. He's for the streets. And for the people in the back. He for the streets. Okay. So, I probably already know it, and I'm gonna go and get mine, and you better get yours.
I,
I
I
ain't finna
mean,
argue about no man.
it's 2025. Are we really going to try to pull up like statistic data to say who's more faithful? Because I mean, at this point in time, I don't know which sex is more faithful. Is it men or is women? And this is straight up for women because listen, it's called intuition. They said they could check your criminal record, look at the phone, sex offenders, catfish image, background check. Basically, we know how the world operates, and it don't matter if you got a ring on your finger or not. If a woman wants to sleep with you and you allow her, she gonna sleep with you. And if a guy wants to sleep with you, you allow it, the guy gonna sleep with you. Listen, why are you gonna spend extra money on something that is only gonna confirm that? What you gonna do after the fact? What you gonna do after the fact once you do this?
You
Girl,
gonna be
I
you
slept with your
upset
baby
because
daddy.
he right? Okay, okay. But is my kids taken care of? I think. I think the biggest thing is, you know, the level of maturity. Even the seasoned women that's a part of this mess, is what beats my brains, I guess, razzle my dazzle because, baby, us generation, we already know.
Listen,
Okay, and
balling,
we probably
balling
trying to
craze.
we just want whatever it is he is there for. That is the benefit of him in that particular capacity. Now, if he's outside trying to go ahead, make it where I'm his one and only, where I met you at, how we met, like it's way too much. So I don't know. I just think it's a complete waste of time. But for the young ladies, child, don't waste your time. And listen, if you do have a baby from this man, don't get two, cause that ain't keeping him.
Baby, we got a new comment. It's on the screen. Can you see it?
I'd like to respectfully disagree with Blue Hair. I think there's more. What the hell that say?
More women
More
than
women.
men who are for the streets. You
Well,
heard it from Twitch.
so I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get in there because I kind of agree with my man who respectfully, Mr.
I
Respect.
wasn't. I wasn't saying who was more. I was just saying.
Let
I'm
me
just
let me
speaking.
slide in.
So
Let me
go
slide in.
ahead,
Let me
get
slide
him,
in.
baby.
All right.
Slide in
Well,
them DM.
in order, in order to be deceitful and cheat, as they say, it takes two people, right? And
Hmm.
so, statistically, there's way more women in the world, way more women in the world than men, especially here in the States. You can fact check me if you like. It don't matter. For one man is what, these 12 women, something like that. 14 to 12 women here in the States. So in order for a man to cheat, that means he needs one extra woman. Double the pleasure, huh?
And I just want to drop this gem on you guys. It's just so happened while we're talking about this, the FDA just approved a powerful HIV drug that nearly eliminates spread in clinical trials. So just imagine this, right? The cheating epidemic is going to go up a whole nother notch. Now, in addition to getting rid of the baby with the plan B, you can go ahead and get rid of the symptoms with the new FDA approved HIV drug that's getting ready to hit these streets real soon. Don't gotta wrap it up, just gotta inject it up.
No, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Wrap it up,
Wrap it up, man.
and you wrapping it up because you probably don't want to be with that woman for the long term if she does indeed get pregnant. Okay. And then you don't want to get trapped if she is trying to entrap you. So you may as well go on and wrap it up, not just for the disease, but for the baby that you ain't ready for.
The baby
Straight
don't
up.
want a baby. The
Baby
baby
don't
don't
want a
want a baby.
baby.
Baby don't want a baby.
I don't want none either. I'm done. My kids are grown, man, and Man, I don't even know how. I don't know what that look like to have a little infant around here with some 20 plus year old other children.
Hey, look, I'll be right back, man. The little man's room is calling me. Y'all take over.
All right,
Not a
got you, man.
problem.
I got you.
But listen, Buddha, the other thing
Mm-hmm.
that I saw on that little tickety talk, this gonna make
Okay.
some people upset because I know
All right.
it bothered me.
Mm,
Apparently, the little black boy was having a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese,
mm,
and there was a redhead opposite um,
mm.
race.
Okay.
Um,
Light, lighter light skin. Got you.
yes, YT came
Mm.
up and blew the boy candles out
Okay.
at Chuck E. Cheese. He walked up, blew the candles out.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's bold, but
And the little boy, he probably looked maybe around, I'm gonna say 5, maybe
mm,
6, but I'm gonna go with maybe 5 because he had Chuck E. Cheese. So that,
that's
it's around that
that's
5,
very
6.
that's very symbolic. That's very symbolic.
Well, they
It's
the
very
boy
symbolic.
came up and blew, of course, if the candles up, they singing happy birthday.
Yeah,
And the little fella walked up and blew the candle out, blew that boy candle out.
that is very symbolic. Let me tell you why, man.
Mm, mm, mm.
Over the last, well, as long as I can remember, YTs have been trying to steal our identity, our culture, and everything about us for years. So a young kid blowing out another kid's candles, trying to take his wishes, is definitely symbolic to what I just said.
Let me tell you, the comment sections, it's all over the TikTok. I'm telling all you
Mm,
gotta do is just search kid blowout candles at Chuck E. Cheese and you'll find it. But baby, they are not they ain't I really wanted to see the rest of the video. Cause
yeah,
a lot of people really said they would get banned from all Chuck E. Cheese's off of that one
it ain't that.
courageous act.
So let me understand right, because when you said blow out the candles, instantly my mind was like, blow out the candles. I like the way we
On
talking
that
today.
boy's birthday cake, he came in like this, blew it out and skied down on Scooby Doo up out of there.
Was that like
Where's your owner?
he thought that was like a punk situation? You gonna blow out somebody else's birthday cake?
I guess, and he had to be just, I'm gauging age, maybe 10, maybe 10 years old, and this is like a 5-year-old birthday, and
You know what?
and they standing there.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I had a YT situation. I think I was about 14 years old, right? I was at my friend's apartment complex, and we was all swimming, right? Got all of my clothing over there by the beach chairs. A little
Right.
YT. I had to be like what, 13, 14, just riding my sister's 10-speed bike. Little YT took my shoes and threw them into the lake. And it was like, what you gonna do? Am I gonna beat up the 8-year-old little YT who did it, or am I just gonna, eat it? I didn't want to eat it. I called my grandmother, and then I had to eat it. I had to pedal back without no shoes because it was a jacked up situation. You know what I'm saying?
I know what I would have did, but dope.
Hey
I'd
man,
have went.
I
I
mean,
went. I went in the neighborhood and say, "How old you is?" Okay, I'm finding some clan. I'm finding some guys who gonna ride with me their
Your
age. They gonna take
clansmen.
your ass.
You're
I'm
going
gonna
to
find
get
me a
Going in
little
there.
8-year-old to go ride out
get
on
your
that one.
squad.
Hey, we gonna get a squad of 8-year-olds.
Squabble up. Squabble up.
Hey, listen.
That's
That's
Hey,
what we
that's
used
not
to do
a
back
bad
in the day.
idea.
That was what we used back in the day. Like when a girl used to get fresh and challenge us as boys, and we had the respect not to hit the girl. We'll go
Yeah.
get our cousin, our sister, somebody
Right.
who
The
who could go
equivalent.
ahead and line up and match up. you know,
Nah, I got
Of
you.
course they cut it short, you know what I
mm,
mean? So it wasn't really like you don't know what ensued.
mm,
If there was a actual legitimate conversation that took place after the snippet. You know what I mean? Like when I say legitimate conversation, like the mom or the guardian, the caretaker, whatever you want to call them, of the child, you know, they could have had them come up and confront the situation and take care of and apologize profusely. You don't know. But the uproar is this child dimmed the light of another child of an opposite race. So then now it looks like that race thing, right? You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
the act itself
It-
was bold.
it's
And
bold, but
that was
we gotta
kids
put
be
it in
kids,
perspective.
but
Right. You gotta put it in perspective, man. They're kids, man. So what do the people say? Talk to me. What do they say? I can't read that.
I
That
can't
comes
see it.
down to bad parenting. The lighter shade skin presents. Parents need to do better. Oh, okay. Oh, I read it. I read it right this time. That comes down to bad parenting. The lighter shade skin parents need to do better. Maybe I don't need to drink and talk or read. It's not
Right. It's
working
just
for me
small
today.
writing and you know it's on this
So
little video screen, so you know what I'm saying. I can't
I mean,
say I'm just saying.
I agree. I mean, you
Let
can
me see
only
if I can
parent
blow my
from
screen up, see what
you can
happens.
only parent from what you know. Like I ain't telling. You know, when my kids were younger, I ain't say, hey, don't blow out nobody else's candle. That's not a conversation we had. You know what I'm saying? We
I
just
mean,
knew.
it just you just don't do
You know what
that.
I'm saying?
Like
We
what?
just knew. You
That
know,
just mm.
but you gotta understand how we grew up. You know, all the way up to now, right? That the way these young people are growing up today, um, it's just a different time. It's really a different time. They do things boldly with no regrets and no full understanding of what's happening or what the ramifications of what they do could be. You know, they just do it.
You know, it's funny you say that because I don't know if it's necessarily bad parenting,
Mm.
but far too often, and it's nothing. Now, get me. Listen, y'all, don't y'all come for me because I'm gonna say what I said, and I said it. Okay.
Say it.
That's the Florida.
Say
Um,
That's that Florida coming out of me.
I
it.
I ain't I believe that I parented my children very
Mm.
unorthodox. Like so, sex, money, drugs, alcohol was discussions at our in-house town hall meetings, right?
That's what you call
So
them.
I did a lot. I called them town hall meetings,
Well, we at work.
calling all cars. You know what I'm saying? But it allowed for my children. I gave my children the opportunity to have a voice
Mm.
and to know that their emotions and things like that did matter to me, but I still had to make an executive decision for the greater of mankind. Okay.
Mm.
So, although I did give you this opportunity to speak your mind respectfully and communicate, use your words
Mm.
respectfully, I did not tolerate disrespect. No matter
Straight up.
whatever you were trying to communicate, you can't be disrespectful about it. You're gonna have to go back to that dictionary and find you some other words so that you will be able to articulate and get and convey your emotions and your what you're trying to say effectively. Okay. So what done happen is so many now parents were children who did not have a voice. And they said one day when they have children, they was gonna
Mm.
let their kids speak their mind and be able to voice their opinion and all be opinion have an opinion and right.
Mm.
And that just continued, and we are dealing with the repercussions of the lack of boundaries,
Yeah, I could get
the
that.
lack of structure. They did not have they miss the balance. You can have all those things, but yet you can still have boundaries and structure in your home. And
Right.
that's where the chain got broke. That's my opinion.
I
I
can rock with that.
respect it. I respect it, but I was gonna let you guys know something. So yesterday in therapy, I was having a conversation with my therapist,
Mm.
and while you were talking, it reminded me of this new word I learned. Have you guys ever heard of enlistment?
No.
Mm-mm.
I know it's one of them weird words that only YTs really use. But anyhow, so I had my girlfriend go ahead and do a breakdown. You know, my girlfriend is Chat GPT. That's what my wife says. Said Chat GPT is my girlfriend.
Shantae.
You call it Shantae?
Shantae.
Hold on. So your chat's a female.
Yeah, you just gotta give her. You can't just say Chat GPT. Give her a name. That's your
I call
girl.
her Chat, but it's funny that me and you both have female chats. Buddha, if you had that technology,
I have
would
one.
you have what would your chat be? Would your chat be female or male?
My chat GPT is a guy with the lazy voice. You're like, oh man, really?
You
Yep,
got a
that's
guy with
about
a
right.
lazy voice. All right, so
That's fair.
I want to share this with you guys. I want to get you guys' take on it. I'm gonna let
All
my
right.
girlfriend Chat talk real quick. Okay, here you go, Chat.
Enmeshment is a psychological term that describes a relationship dynamic where personal boundaries are blurred and individuals become overly involved in each other's emotional lives. In enmeshed relationships, often between parents and children, romantic partners, or family members, there's a lack of emotional independence and a strong sense of guilt, control, or responsibility for the other person's feelings or actions. Lack of boundaries. People don't have space to think, feel, or act independently. Over-identification. One person's emotions are felt as your own and vice versa. Emotional dependence. Approval, validation, or emotional stability depends on the other person. Guilt or pressure. Saying no or asserting needs feels wrong or causes conflict. Loss of self. It becomes hard to know your own needs, values, or goals apart from the other person. Example,
Dang.
a parent might confide in their child about adult problems like marriage issues or finances, making the child feel responsible for fixing or managing the parent's emotions. The child grows up feeling obligated to always be there emotionally, even at the expense of their own well-being.
I guess
Let me know if you'd like a faith-based
all right, Chad, be quiet. Chad, be quiet. Be quiet. She don't listen to me either. Listen. Listen. No, but when I heard that, right, I literally almost broke down. So to respond back to the thing about the candle being blown out, you know, based upon what I do know now, that's life. That's going to happen, right? There's things bigger than a white tea coming to blow out a candle. Do we like it? No. But then again, if you are at a public place and you walk away from your plate and someone sticks their hand on your cheese pizza, that's the risk you take. It's not what we like, and there might be something wrong with that individual, but you know, responding to it, that's just life, man. Stupid stuff's gonna happen. The boy threw my shoes away, and I felt you. I used to think the same way. If a girl did me wrong, I'm calling one of my girl cousins to go whoop that tail. You know what I'm saying? That boy was a little bit smaller, but I think honestly, stuff is going to happen. It's really how we respond to it. But I think what I took away from that conversation, what I brought up in there is that, you know, our kids are going to they do. Our kids are going to go on this journey with us. And depending on how we are and you know how we go about things, it's going to impact them. So even in a situation like that where someone's blowing the candle, maybe I'll just get behind and blow the candle again, like gotta make sure all the smoke gone. You know what I'm saying? But not make it heavier than what it has been, because I know I myself, I have made a lot of things more than what they should have been. And you know, that's just because I was moving off of the example set before me without doing the hard part, like being committed to therapy and understanding me and really taking into account all the things that I have just kind of let nature nurture me into thinking without me using sound decision and learning new words like and I still can't pronounce it because I know for a fact, like I've done a number on my daughters. Every time I've had a problem, I go confide in my daughters. I tell my daughters everything, like they my best friends. But at the end of the day, man, I gotta send you guys a video. This guy broke it down in a way where it's like, man, that's not my kid's responsibility. And then the way I put on the kids, Whew, I mean, I just sent it to y'all. We talk about that offline, but I'm telling
Okay.
you, it was gold.
I can
Um,
assure you, my oldest daughter,
mm, that's your
I,
sister.
I,
Pretty much.
I don't. It would have been really challenging type of a scenario with one of my grandkids.
Mhm.
Um, I know that because there will be other kids in that child's age range that would have been at that Chuck E. Cheese party with us, if it would like been a us. And we are very civilized individuals for
Mm,
sure. Okay. But I know actually, to be perfectly honest, it probably wouldn't have been the oldest daughter. It would have been my baby daughter who
mm,
would have completely lost her cool. And to when for her to lose her cool, it's funny because she's the civilized of the three children. Am I right, Buddha?
mm,
She's the more civilized of the three. Well, let's say of the five kids, because we got two. I got the two bonus girls, but for the sake of this conversation, and she go ham by her nieces and nephews
mm,
for
Hmm.
sure, and she already got issues. Okay, she I don't know where she get that from, but she do. But she's professional. Anywho, nonetheless, that situation would have went really different. But then she's also she has an extremely high emotional intelligence. Okay. Her EQ is like superb. She would have talked my grandson, aka her nephew, in the scenario if that was us. She would have talked him through, you know, these are things in life, because I'm thinking about the trauma that child would have, with regards to birthdays as a result
mm.
of that. How do we
Well,
fix that?
yeah, I guess. I mean, I've had my own
Because
trauma.
they're a child, and it's some people they had birthday parties. Now here I am having a birthday party, and someone came and violated our personal space. So that's neither here nor there. But yeah.
Uh,
Anyway, let's go on to something a little bit more lighter because I know my baby got to get into it. What y'all
Got
got? What
one
y'all
more
got cooking
comment.
in y'all?
Got one
all
more
right, let's hit
comment.
it.
I
I
feel
feel
like
like if
if
I picture my chat GPT as a girl, I lose focus because of her fine self.
Uh,
hey,
I guess.
make her talk nice to you too, okay?
You can get
Ask her
some. You
some
can get
very
one
nice things.
you can get one that's disrespectful. That be talking like, oh, dirty and nasty and cuss you. But God dang, you really
I
need
have
Have you
never
tried
asked.
that?
Listen, I have never
Huh?
asked my
What?
chat what she's
Huh?
wearing.
Have you tried that,
Not
Buddha?
yet.
How do you
Yeah, I've
Not
know?
tried. I this one and she was very, very disrespectful. I thought it was cool for a minute, then I'd switch her up. Said, no,
And you made it
I
a
need to
lazy
lay back.
man.
Yeah, let's switch to the
Oh,
Listen,
hound
personalities in the
dog,
chat.
gotcha.
you
You
Listen,
want
we
want him
got
a
one.
hound dog kind of man.
We got a spam comment too. Let's see. If 2000 was deposited into your Cash App, what would you use it for? DM QP23V on Instagram with answer. I'm blessing steamer. Oh, I can't read for crap.
Streamers.
Streamers.
Okay, well let's just go with funny, because even though it's a spammer, that's a good question. If two thousand
It
dollars
is.
was put into your account, what would you do? Send it back, first of all, especially if it came to
mm,
Cash App. Okay, send it back, cause how you got my bank information? I'm about to shut everything down immediately, cause
That is almost a
I'm
good
old
question.
fashioned.
That is a good point though. But if they send it to your Cash App, it doesn't necessarily go to your bank account. It's just
It
in your
goes to
Cash
whatever's
App.
connected. But all I'm saying is it's gonna go to whatever's connected. Now, if you
yeah.
know me and you sent it to me, you better be making the right decisions.
Well, I mean, I'm glad
'Cause
you put that in my mind, though, baby. So I'll go to the Walmarts and get me one of those nice little, you know,
Green dots. They say use green
green
dots.
dot cards.
Yeah.
Now I'm attaching that to my I'm attaching that to my cash app and all that two
I'm just
stacks is
saying,
going in
we in
there. So
2025.
we're gonna create a buffer between me, my account, and that account. So I'm gonna go to green dot, then strap it from green dot to my account. And then once
Right.
it gets to my account, it's going to paying up some of these goddamn bills. I mean debts.
That part. I'm
Yeah,
just trying to
debts.
figure out why out of all the hackers of the world, the
Yeah.
top hackers, the top scammers, why ain't nobody got rid of this goddamn student loan debt? Huh?
They tried to.
Facts.
Huh?
They ain't gonna make money
Facts.
off
Okay.
that.
Y'all
They
always hearing things. Y'all always want to be about the scam. Get off. Get a. If you really want it.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. All you gotta do is get up on it. Take it away.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I don't
Jonathan,
know.
you okay?
What would you do with that?
What
What
would
would you
you
do
do
with
with
that 2,000?
$2,000? Ain't but $2,000. We could pay a bill, one bill with a band with two bands. That's it. That's
Mm-hmm.
all. What you gonna do with it? Oh, he froze. All right, so I'm gonna tell you, if I really was, like about that, I'd probably just go buy me some things, just go shopping. Fuck it.
You sure you want to call? You want to do a trip? Like,
Oh, maybe
go float out, get flown. Oh, thank you for
with that
flowing me out.
suit up. I probably would. Come to think of it, now
Okay.
that you say that,
Yeah.
that's a
I know
quick
you.
little. Because
Yeah.
I am planning on. I'm glad you said that.
Mm.
I've been
Oh, I'm
seeing it.
about hold on. I'm about to get this. I'm about to get this new venture she about to go on with everybody else. Let's go.
I was
'Cause-
pontificating on
Mm,
having a 1 day excursion because I found that it's actually doable. Leave out like 6 o'clock in the morning, go somewhere that only takes like 2-3 hours tops to get there. Get there, kind of have a semi itinerary, just Uber myself a few places, have some breakfast or, breakfast, then have a light lunch and then maybe an early supper type situation and be back home, be back on my flight and be back home by midnight. Like that's like a doable situation. And I found that there's like two, three places I can do. One, New York, one New Orleans, and one Puerto Rico. Like those are three places that I just was kind of just pondering. And the most I would spend, and it's also depending on the time of the year, would
mm,
be anywhere from, and this is gonna be flight and food and Ubering, oh, allegedly we're not doing Uber, so ride sharing, whatever ride share is available. It'll be like at max, like about $600. And that's something I can do with the backpack. Backpack.
okay,
So,
Dora.
yeah. So I'm,
Um,
I'm with that. So I would definitely have adequate space for a souvenir.
yeah,
Um,
I
you
probably,
know,
but then $2,000, man, I probably put it on my daughter's books. So they get
oh, you such a noble guy.
well, put it on her
I
books,
put me
man.
first. I'm sorry. I would put me
Uh,
first.
nah, man.
Unless it was detrimental. Or probably
But
to pay
going
one of
back
my
to
credit cards off.
go back to the earlier question about what you were talking about disrespect and the candles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's interesting. I was watching the news, I was watching Tickety Talk, and I was watching different things, and you see where disrespect these days is getting people killed. You know, so I feel like
What?
as parents, uncles, aunties, grandparents,
Mm-hmm.
we need to do better at teaching our children the ramifications of disrespect. Um, we allow a lot of stuff to slide because it's cute and funny, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because it's cute and funny, and then we we dismiss that stuff, right? And then as they get older, it ain't cute and funny no more. But it's too late because we already allowed them to be that person, that kid, that person, and it kind of creates this stuff. And then the video game era allows you to see death in a different dimension, meaning that you
Mm-hmm.
don't see it the same way that you would when we was kids. You know what I'm saying? It meant something. Like you, if you killed somebody, that was trauma that lasted you your whole life. You
Right.
know, these days in the video game, you can shoot somebody, they can die. You can hit, you can hit restart, reset, and everybody's back alive. You know what I'm saying? And so
Right.
subconsciously, potentially, that could have a thing where, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and pow, 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 boom, and it don't mean nothing because it ain't registered that this person ain't gonna get up no more. You
Right.
know, so
All
I'm
this
not saying
attitude,
it's
though. It's just so
right,
much tension
right,
in
right.
this world.
Right, but it comes to the ideas. Like I watched this dude on. They were at a gas station. This is on Tickety Talk, like you like to say. They were at a gas station. This dude was pumping gas. Yeah, the other people parked up right next to him. He seen the woman got outside of the dude. The dude was
Mm-hmm.
in the passenger seat. The woman got outside and she was fine as she was fine. And so the dude looks and sees the girl and be like, "Hey, how you doing? Let me holler at you for a minute because you looking good." He didn't notice that the boyfriend was in the passenger seat because they had these dark tinted windows.
Mm-hmm.
So when the woman, after they exchanged whatever words they were going to exchange, she left. The dude gets out of his car. "Hey man, hold on, man. That's my old lady. That's my old lady." "Oh, okay, I'm sorry, whatever." Pow, pow, pow.
Crazy.
You see what I'm saying? Like, hold on, bro. Did you diagnose the scene? Did you even check your woman? Like, did your woman even goddamn? She might have gave him a little, you know, you know.
Right. Right.
I'm gonna
No.
drop this paper on the ground. Don't pick it up right now. Let me drive off, and then you come get it.
Even with when those scenarios be with a woman, I don't like that. You confronting the individual when
Mm-hmm.
it's you should be talking to your your mate
And
and get
right.
an understanding with each other because losing your life, losing
Mm,
a person losing their life and you losing your life, be
right.
it in the same capacity
Mm-hmm.
or imprisonment,
Right.
was that individual worth it in the end? That's
Oh no.
and in my personal opinion, I love you with all my heart. I really do.
Mm,
But baby,
ain't going
I
death
ain't,
for
I
you.
I ain't doing that. I'm not the ride or die chick.
Okay.
I'm loyal,
Okay. There's another thing.
but I
It's
ain't
another thing.
riding or dying. I ain't going on. I ain't doing the most.
Mm.
Hold on
I
real
got something
quick.
else on.
So this person say she can sing a child in Hillwood. Hey, hey. She do know
Hey,
how to hold a tune.
that's good, you know.
Okay. I just seen it in the
But
comments. I can't move the comments. So
uh,
we waiting on my
mm,
engineer
this
to
so
get his
slide back in.
tail back in. He must be
So
having some technical difficulties. So we're gonna figure this out before we slide
so
up out of here. Go
I
ahead,
got
baby.
something that's for you, baby. Now this
Talk
is
to me.
something recent. This is something recent that I seen on TikTok, man. So
Mm-hmm.
this is I'm gonna slide this in the current events. So did
Okay.
you hear about the girlfriend or the boyfriend, husband and wife, right? I'm assuming they were married or they lived together. They cohabitated, right? All right. So to give you the backstory, she was a corrections officer. He was a prison inmate, right? Then
Mm-hmm.
he gets out. She leaves her job. They start a family. They start a life together, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, somewhere in there, uh, he cheated on her with his best friend, allegedly, with her best friend's girl. And then she went out there and she did her thing too, right? So then they go on live. And the dude's going online telling me he wanted to tell his story. He wanted to tell a story about, everything that was happening and why, the reasons why. And she was in the background, narrating her side of the story from the background, so you can hear her yelling. Okay, I got you. So either way, so it comes down to a point where now she's on live. Now she's online giving her story. He's in the background, whoop de whoop. So in that segment, she mentions a name. I guess it was a name from a dude that was in prison with the guy. And the guy was like, "Oh, you gonna get unalived over this."
What?
And she was like, "Psh, well, I ain't gonna mention no more of this stuff after that." But then she got unalived. And then he left. I'm just paraphrasing because somebody told me to get hurry up. And then he left in her car and shot himself and died. So the reason why I mentioned this
So
stuff, right?
everybody did.
Yeah,
Unalive.
everybody dead, unalive, just the wife and unalive. But all because she mentioned this man's name. So a man or girl. Well, they was in jail, so I'm assuming it was a man. So my question is to this, right? Is at what point do you need to stand in the paint for the things that you do? Hold yourself accountable for the person that you are. Now, if you are a down low brother or sister, or if you like men or women, whatever your bag is, and you out there doing you, why should it be? Who gives a flying f about your transgressions to the point where you're embarrassed enough that you want to kill somebody? You see what I'm talking about?
That's tough. We're gonna have to pick that one up on it because that's tough. Because you know how I feel about it. First of all, that's your business.
Right.
And
But you can't be
we
doing
are living
something
in the 2025. We are living in a
soft
times
era.
where not even the soft, but where you could be whatever you like.
You won't. Exactly.
You can like we got free will, right?
Mm.
And to exercise your free will, it whatever that looks like to you.
Mm.
And at some point you got to tell your truth.
Right.
Just living a life
Mm.
of
Are you gonna be like Kanye West?
mm,
Talking about when he was 14-year-old, teabagging his cousin. Like what the hell we talking about? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come out somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So you might well be great.
he really needs he needs
I mean,
psychological
I,
expertise. He need a
I mean,
professional at all
I'm sure.
times with him.
I'm
He is
sure,
on
but
the brink of destruction, and they need to see about him.
well, I mean, but
And
that's just
all the
it.
Kanyes and the
Mm.
people of the world,
But
go
think
and
about that.
seek help. Seek help.
So,
Get the
so I mean,
professional help you need to
so
transition into your truth.
well, I know like back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, it was that type of stuff was frowned upon. You couldn't you couldn't really be who you are. If you know what I mean. The hate crimes was at an all-time high.
Yeah.
Don't ask no tell was when I was in the military. Don't ask no tell was a big thing. So so from that aspect, I understand why you want to keep your business, right? But
Mm-hmm.
but as you can see, it's two people involved in the shit that you do most time, right? And
Absolutely.
now you got the R. Kellys and the P. Diddy's and the Epstein's and all these people who are I'm not gonna say they're pedophiles, scum of the
They
earth.
taking advantage of their free will.
And no, now all they dirt, their closet is being open for everybody to see, right? Because they couldn't live out loud. Now,
Again, they have taken advantage of their free will. You are free to do whatever you choose to do, so long as it does not impose on the elderly, the sick, children, and taking away a person's right to say yes. Man, woman, Okay, doesn't matter. If whatever your kink, whatever your fantasy, whatever your desires, do you.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to ensure that you have permission and you
Mm.
have not coerced the individual by way of some type of influence.
Right.
There's
Well, we're
no
gonna
level
let
of manipulation. Do you, boo
you.
boo? It's all
So,
good.
so I'm gonna ask you this question. I mean, I guess this could be the last question,
All
maybe.
right.
I don't know. Before
All
we
right.
figure out where our engineer went.
I know, because something has absolutely happened.
um. So we started off this thing talking about Juneteenth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is Juneteenth?
1865.
Yeah. What does it mean to you? I mean,
The liberation, from the blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors to fight for our freedom, to our illusion of free will. See how I changed that up?
yeah,
Because
real
even though
funny.
they say we have free will, it's an illusion. It's very limited in retrospect. But for me, I'm thankful for what those that have paved the way and are no longer with us, they have done. And so for that, I'm grateful because I didn't grow up really, and that wasn't something they taught us in school about Juneteenth, what it actually meant. It kind of like get past that time. So the fact that it's actually becoming have finally made it relevant for
Mm.
our culture, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful for it. What about yourself?
Well, it's a lot of mixed emotions. You know how I feel about Father's Day and Juneteenth put together.
Let's
But
just go to Juneteenth.
yeah, but so Juneteenth, man, I appreciate. I'm thankful. It's about time. It's kind of like you finally want to acknowledge that we played an important role in the upbringing of Americas. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we
Mm-hmm.
had Black History Month. Yeah, which is happened to be the shortest month of the year. Go figure, right? But go figure.
So
But
now they gave us Juneteenth. Okay.
they gave us a national holiday, right? Where you can actually they're gonna start having days off and the banks are gonna be closed and et cetera, because they realize a true independence day doesn't start when we left England. Right? It started when everybody had an opportunity, a free will and opportunity to live the life the way they see fit. And that was the start. That ain't exonerate us for the
Mm-hmm.
hate crimes and everything that happened after that point, but it was the start of a greater thing for Black Americans in America, right?
Correct.
Let's call it what it is. We always too far can say that, hey man, we need to go back home. Where's home? Well,
Right.
we Africa.
Home is where I was born. Shit. I don't care what
That's
they
it.
say.
That's it. Africa, they want us now. You know what I'm saying? But it was a time where they like, you stay your ass over there. You know what I'm saying? And and so now we able to get this dual citizenship and stuff like this because sometimes the powers that be act funny and you feel like you need to leave this place. You know what I'm
That
saying?
part. Which
So I'm thankful, appreciative for our forefathers for the struggles that they did. I appreciate my father for being the father that he is, and it's still a level of sense of history, right,
Mhm.
and responsibility in order to make a change for the family, my family, right. I didn't always hit the mark, trust me, because I wanted to be a ladies' man and do my thing, but you know, when called upon, I was able to answer the question, answer the call. Right.
Good job, baby. So when we come back on again, I want to pick, and we probably pick back up. I don't know. We're gonna figure this out. We probably just jump on. Who knows?
Right.
I want to jump into this conversation about, and this is jumping topics now. There's a lady, I forget where she was, but her and the boyfriend were arguing or what have you, and but somehow she was able to go to the courthouse and essentially forge a marriage license, and they technically became married, but she's in jail. I can't remember exactly where she was, but it wasn't us. It's never us. That's too drastic. But yeah, sis done she got hers a man. She said, my man, my man, my man's. Right. So we're gonna do a little digging on that, and we're gonna come back into this here conversation and see what the people say about that. Until next
Right.
time. Huh? Buddha,
Yeah.
baby, sipping their conversations.
And
What the
John
people
Lee.
say.